slide, please. Hi, good morning. I'm really excited to be here today. So my name is Isaac Gertman. I'm a graphic designer by trade, but I wear many hats. I'm principal of the Independent Group, which is a design studio where I work on collaborative projects that promote equitable cities, education, and culture. I also teach here in Baltimore at MICA in the Department of Graphic Design. And I'm the design director of two organizations, Terraform, which is an urban think tank headed by Michael Sorkin that initiates critical urban design projects and also publishes a book series called Urban Research. And also the Mosaic Project, which is an arts organization and arts residency in upstate New York that uses art as a tool for community building and also supplements the arts curricula of their local school districts. Next slide. So I work with a variety of groups and organizations, big and small, organized and ad hoc, on causes that benefit cities and the people that live in them. So many of the projects that I work on result in printed reports, and oftentimes these publications are for practitioners or written to influence policymakers or produced as the requirement for a grant. And while these publications are important, sometimes their audience is really, really small. And it's rare for them to reach everyday people or the sort of people that the projects seek to benefit. So much of urban stewardship and community design goes unseen. And sometimes the impact isn't quantifiable or visual. Sometimes the organization doesn't have the capacity to work and have a media plan. So today I wanted to share a project that I think raises the profile of stewardship in a novel approach, and I'm sort of interested in its broader implications. Next slide. So I've been providing graphic support to a project called StewMap for a little over 10 years now. And StewMap stands for the Stewardship Mapping and Assessment Project. This is a project of the U.S. Forest Service in their urban field station in New York City. And what they've been doing is tracking how individuals and groups care for green space in New York. And we're talking about watering street trees, taking care of dog runs, and as organized as, organized parks conservation, really everything in between. Next slide. So they've researched who's doing the work, the types of activities that each group is doing, where the work's being done, which areas have more or less activity, how the groups and networks of groups are affecting the surrounding community. And all this information is rolled into a map. And this project started in New York, but it's been done in Baltimore, Chicago, and Seattle, and there are studies underway in Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Next slide. So what does mapping do? So mapping is about representation, and in this case, it's an opportunity for groups to be counted and their work to be recognized, and opens up the possibility to more funding. Maps show scale, they note relationships, concentrations, and absences of activity. In a word, they define turf. So with this word, I started thinking about the opening scene of the classic New York in Decline movie, The Warriors. Next slide. So in this scene, all the street gangs in New York convene in Van Cortlandt Park, which is like an excellent use of public space. They meet to call a truce, citing that for too long, each gang was concentrated on protecting their own turf rather than looking at the bigger picture. And if all the gangs worked together, their power could surpass that of the city government, and they could take over the city one borough at a time. The city was theirs by right because they were its stewards. Next slide. So I wonder, once we can see each other's turf, can we work together and can we amplify each other's voices and missions? What are other ways that we can document and share and show stewardship? Can we better leverage social media and cross-post the work of like-minded organizations? And is there a way to go beyond this? Next slide. Can we look at new approaches to funding, like umbrella grants that get distributed in an equitable way so that we can spend less time competing for money and more time on our work? Next slide. And how can we do this and still maintain autonomy? Next. So I look forward to discussing this.